Before Guilford hosted Washington Lee on Friday night, I had a chance on Thursday to catch up with Stephanie Flamini, head coach of the Quakers, to talk about upcoming events, including Lynchburg on Saturday. That is today at Turner Gymnasium at 4 o'clock. Stephanie Flamini joined me to talk about that and more, and what's been going good with her team and what they need to do down the stretch. Head coach of the Guilford Quakers, Stephanie Flamini, women's basketball on the Sports Buffet podcast.
Stephanie Flamini joins me on the Sports Buffet podcast, head coach at Guilford, and we're going to talk about current events and much more. But before we do that, let's go back to the beginning. Coach, what attracted you to become the head coach at Guilford?
Well, I was attracted to the school, and they had some success, and I felt like it was a job you could obviously have some success at. And obviously being in the ODAC was another thing that attracted me. I really wanted to be a part of the conference and become a better coach, really, to be honest. ODAC's a really great conference and challenges you every day, every year. And I've become a better coach from the other coaches around the conference, playing against them, and it's really taught me a lot in the last 9 years.
And it seems like things have not only gotten challenging for you guys lately, but for everybody. Randolph-Macon gets upset the other night by Washington Lee. Lynchburg had beaten Eastern Mennonite, and right now you guys are looking to break this two-game skid with W&L at your place on Friday. Two good teams the last games for you in Randolph-Macon and Wesleyan, both on the road. What have you guys not done that maybe you would have liked to have done in those games aside from win?
Well, I think, we haven't been coming with the energy that we've been normally playing with. We just haven't had as good of strong of an effort all around. And then we had a lot of turnovers Friday night, and that really cost us. You just can't win when you have 26 turnovers. And then Saturday, again, we just played 20 minutes. We played the first 20 minutes pretty good basketball. We hung in there with Gabby being in foul trouble. And the second half, we just didn't have the same intensity and the same effort, so it kind of hurt us. And, we've been going all week trying to find that again and pick it up, and hopefully we can put 40 minutes together this weekend.
The ODAC can be a grind, that's for sure. Do you think you guys are maybe mentally tired at this point?
I mean, we could be. I mean, we're still young, but I don't think so. I think, it is tough. It's tough for every team, and I'm not gonna really use that as an excuse. I think we had a good week of practice, so I think we know what we need to improve on, and that's what I think we're ready to do.
Let's talk a little bit about this weekend. W&L on Friday, Lynchburg on Saturday, and W&L is a special game for you guys anyway with the Think Pink type game you got going on. Talk about that first before we get into the generals.
Obviously, it's a great cause, and we're trying to raise some money for breast cancer research, and hopefully we can help a lot of people now and in the future. But it's also a game that all of our kids love. They love to dress in pink, and that gets them excited a little bit, and that's good. But not only is it a good cause, but it's going to be a great game with W&L. Great opponent who's been playing very well as of late. And they've had their ups and downs this year, but they just beat Macon the other night in a pink zone game. Or play for K's game now that they're called, and
right.
They looked really good. So they're coming in. I think, on a roll, and they're starting to click, and it's scary because, they do have 4 seniors who have won an ODAC championship. So, we have to make sure, we're up to task on Friday.
What worries you the most about W&L?
Well, just that their experience. You have 4 seniors, and, you really can't put, a price on that. It's 4 seniors who have been successful, and they know what it takes to win, and they, when you're playing together for 4 years, you kind of know where each other, is going to be at on the court. You can anticipate things better. It's just, I think you just can't put a price on that. And, they're starting, like I said, to click a little more than they were earlier on, and this is the time you want to get hot. So, we're hoping to find our stride, and I think we're trying to keep them from finding their stride, but, they looked pretty good the other night.
Who has stood out to you recently from your group?
I think Morgan King's come on a little bit better now. Off her injury, she's led us in scoring the last couple games, or it's been one of them. And we're just like I said, we had some injuries here down the stretch, and we played pretty well without people in the lineup. And now we've got everybody back, and we kind of struggled. So again, it's just another another thing to overcome, injuries, and then you overcome that, and you got to get everybody back in the flow of being together again. So those are things that, like I said, they're important hurdles to get over, and that's what we have to do right now.
After Friday, you guys will make the trip up to Lynchburg on Saturday. What worries you about Abby Pizik's Hornets?
Well, it's senior day, and you always have to be worried about that. I think, sometimes senior day can go either way. Sometimes they get overhyped. Sometimes, it helps them really play well. And, I think I always worry about senior day because it's just, it's one of their last home games, and they're going to be ready to go. So we just have to make sure we match their intensity, and, we go out and kind of play the first 8 minutes very hard and make sure we overcome any kind of emotional boost that they have to start the game.
Do you feel like you guys need every game out from here on in the conference, because you've got 5 left and it's still a logjam with you, Eastern Mennonite, and Virginia Wesleyan at the top?
Right, it is a logjam. I mean, if we want to have any chance at getting a top seed, we do have to win out. It doesn't guarantee us a top seed, but I think we have to take care of business on our end and make sure we win the next 5 games. If we don't, life goes on. We will regroup and see where we end up. But our goal is always to win as many games as possible. So I'm not putting the pressure on them. I just want to make sure that right now that we're getting better from the weekend. And I think we have this week. I think we've put the effort in and the time in. And I think, the attitude is where it needs to be for us to move forward now. I think sometimes you have to lose to get better. And hopefully that's the case here, because we just, we need to regroup and get a refocus. So, we'll be looking to do that.
And you can't go 5-0 until you beat Washington Lee first. It's got to start somewhere. Let's talk.
Exactly.
Final thing for you, Coach. As always, appreciate your time. With 5 games left, like we talked about, what are maybe 2 or 3 things that you guys need to do consistently, night in, night out, to where if you do those, you feel very good about your chances in any game?
Well, the first thing would be effort. I think when we give our maximum effort for 40 minutes, we're pretty much unstoppable. But I think any team that does that is unstoppable. And then I think not giving up offensive rebounds and not turning the ball over, I think those two things, those two statistics are huge for us. We win every time. Every time we keep people off the offensive boards, and every time we don't turn the ball over very much, we tend to win. So those are our key stats for our team right now.
Coach, as always, appreciate the time. Best of luck, and we will see you on Saturday when you guys make the trip to Lynchburg.
All right. Thanks, Bob. Take care.